Bom dia, boa tarde ou boa noite e bem-vindos ao PokerStars Championship aqui nas Bahamas. Estamos de volta às entrevistas com os Team PokerStars Pro e agora com uma das caras mais bonitas do circuito, Liv Boeree. Hi.
Hi.
So, let's start with the Bahamas. Change of name, change of, I don't know, type of tournaments or approach to the world for PokerStars. What do you think?
I love it. I like I think the actual idea of the rebrand is very, very good. It's like added prestige, if you ask me. It's also a new title to go after, and I'm definitely a title chaser. So I really enjoy it. But in terms of actual sort of feel of the event, atmosphere, it's identical. It's as good as ever. You know, all the same faces are here. The setup's the same. It's just like an added dollop of like a new cool trophy to chase.
Yeah, and it kind of gets worldwide. When the EPT was a local European and the other local events, now it's a world event, a championship and festival.
Exactly. I mean, PokerStars is a global brand. Poker is a global game. It makes sense to do it this way. And again, like, it's this sort of idea of prestige. I think it is important for driving numbers to poker, and keeping the excitement sort of in as high as possible.
Now, about the Bahamas or about the Atlantis Resort, what's your favorite spot or favorite thing, and maybe the least favorite or something you will not do again?
My favorite part of it is the water slides, especially at night time. I love that. I love the sort of the aquariums. Some really interesting animals to see. I just love all the nature-y part of it. The landscaping is fantastic. I guess the least favourite part is not much. I mean, room service is expensive. The food is fairly expensive, but it's fine. You know, it's a high-end resort, so you have to expect it. But no, I love it here.
Yeah, it's my first time, and I have exactly the same feeling. The food, it's tough for the wallet, but.
Yeah.
Everything else looks amazing.
The slides is the best bit. It's so fun. The water park. When it's a nice sunny day, get out there. Really recommend it.
Will do. So about 2016, what's your best memory, what we'll get, and maybe it's something you want to forget?
Best memory. God, I had a lot of good.
Best moment.
Best moment. I guess the final night of Burning Man was probably my happiest night. It was just a group of some of my favorite people, and we just had like a really magical night. So that, and worst was probably just the various backwards slips that the world took in terms of sort of decision making, basically. So seeing the world descend into more irrationality, and being less cohesive and less productive and forward thinking. That hurt a lot.
You get engaged with Britain's politics?
Yeah, I mean, not just British. Obviously, yeah. I mean, the Brexit I found very upsetting. So upsetting. I voted to stay. Having spoken now a bit more to sort of some of the people that chose to leave, like there's two types of like leave voters. There's ones who genuinely are just xenophobic and very nationalistic and just don't like the idea of people from other countries coming over.
Hopefully a small percentage.
And then there are other ones who are more balanced, and they had. Whether their information was correct or not is another thing, but they truly just they felt that like Central European government had too much power, and they felt that was an undemocratic process. So I get it, like I understand where they're coming from more. I still think it was a huge mistake of the UK government to ask people to vote on something that you need a PhD in economics to actually understand,
In theory, that's why you have politics.
Well, yeah. That's why you have experts.
Yeah.
And you that's why you don't ask the common people, the average person, to vote on something that they just couldn't possibly understand, and so are then extremely easily manipulated or going to just vote emotionally and so on. And often emotional voting leads to very bad outcomes, and I think that's what happens here. And so that's what made me sad, is that sort of putting undue pressure, asking people to vote on something they couldn't understand. I don't fully understand it, like, and I did a lot of research, and I still am like, but I listened to the experts who, you know, I tried to figure out who are the most unbiased people and who understand it the most, and almost all of them were like, there's downsides to staying, but it's far better than leaving. And so, you know, it's
changing from within.
Exactly, or finding, you know, like figuring out a better solution. Go, okay, but we're not, say we'll stay, but we need to change this. There's things we don't like, and then finding a smart, sort of constructive way of doing that. But anyway, so yeah, that sucked. Obviously, like the result of the American election is fucking terrifying. You know, so it's been a tricky year in that respect, because it's been a perspective changer, I guess. Before it was more sort of into my own life and doing, doing the fundraising for charity thing and so on, but it's hard to like really focus on things like poker or working on, my science presenting or anything like that when you're like, is the world going to end up in nuclear war in the next few years? Like it's really hard. But it's at the same time like a great opportunity to sort of learn how to deal with that, like this kind of like big uncertainty and stress.
Maybe it's better to deal it now than later.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, time will tell, and either way, like we've got to keep on with the good fight and spreading like sort of rationality and cohesion and love and all the good things, and
and let's look forward a bit. 2017 is just started. The Bahamas is the first spot. What's your expectations poker wise, and if you have for the world, although I agree with you, it's the unknown.
Poker wise, for me, I want to win a PokerStars championship really badly. I'd like to win a PokerStars festival too. I'm playing the London one straight after, in a couple of weeks after this. And, I want to keep, so a more meta goal is to sort of keep my theory as good as possible. I'm very lucky that I have Igor Koganov in my life, who's, my partner, my everything, but he is an amazing poker mind. And if I need sort of brushing up, he'll be like, okay, let's sit down, let's work through some fundamentals again. And so I want to make sure I keep that ticking over. But my focus this year is going to be far more on for personal growth in learning about various topics, some sort of ethics, actually some politics, figuring out how I can be sort of the most effective person on making sure the world doesn't go to shit.
That's a good thing from 2016. The reality check made you...
Exactly. It's going to activate people more. And I think that was needed. People were sleepwalking, myself included, a little bit, and we were a little bit too complacent. I think that's sort of more what I'm going to be putting my energies into. And in terms of sort of like career stuff, I would love to do some more public speaking. I'd love to do a TED talk. So got some goals in that direction.
Nice. So about the online poker, do you still play a lot, or it's like 50-50 with live?
I don't play as much as I used to online, in all honesty, because when I'm home, then I want to be working on some of these other things. I'm definitely like less eager to play as I used to. That said, I still love to play on PokerStars. They just have like such good tournaments. There's some really cool new formats coming out that I want to get good at. But I still think I'm going to be putting more time into playing live, because I love that social experience. And it's nice though, because Igor, he's playing a lot online, so someone in the household is doing the work there.
It's a 50-50 in the 50-50.
Sure, exactly, yeah.
So I brought the online stuff because PokerStars.pt just arrived.
Yes. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, people were very eager. So any tips for newcomers or for returners?
Tips for you guys: really try out the new game formats that are out there. Like there's
currently we still are bound to legislation.
Okay.
So we can only play PLO and Oldham, but perhaps in this year with
will you have like spin and goes and those kind of things available, because they're Hold'em?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend
New formats in the game of the
within
variants.
those exactly within those specific games. Yeah, I would recommend trying those out. The scoop's going to be coming up. Again, I'm not sure on your legislation status, but if you can play them, play it.
We're a closed market still, but we hope to.
You'll have some kind of championship tournaments. Fingers crossed. And yeah, otherwise, figure out, if you haven't played online for a while, get back in there and figure out what your favorite game is. What makes you enjoy yourself the most online, because that's the most important thing, if you ask me. And if you can make money while doing it, then that's fantastic too.
So, and about Portugal to finish, you've been there? You played in Vila Moura, right?
Yes. I've been. That was the last time I went there. Was Vila Moura. I loved it. It was really good.
Any plans on getting back?
None right now. I did hear of an amazing festival that happens in Portugal, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Burning Man type festival, and
We have quite a few.
yeah. Yeah, you're a pretty cool country in that way. So I would love to go to one of those. That's on the radar.
Yeah, it's not as big as Glastonbury. I've been there in 2014, but it's very, very cool.
Yeah, the weather's better than Glastonbury. I imagine the sort of vibe is probably more my kind of thing as well. So yeah.
And thanks, Liv, for this couple of minutes. I wish the best of luck in the tables. I hope to see you in London if I go there. And best of luck for 2017.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.